Chapter 751. Andrew had already become a giant. Now he raised his hand in the air with even more power, bringing down onto Wilbur with terrifying force. The half of the Siren God's body on Benedict raised the long sword it was holding, slashing it through the air and making it constrict with black lines. Tay turned to look at Wilbur. The hook in his pupils slowly began to spin as Wilbur's surroundings grew chaotic, even seeming to go back in time. These circumstances would usually be enough to severely twist one's senses, rendering them unable to fight completely. All four of them smiled cruelly at the sight. There was no way anyone would be able to take a combined attack from all of them. No one had ever been able to, and no one would ever be able to. It was time for everything to come to an end. Yumi was dumbfounded by the sight of Wilbur's unmoving body and lowered her head. She had given up. She knew that he would not be able to hold up against a joint attack from those four and was not even going to struggle. Why had he even challenged the shadow-level experts in the first place then? Why? Why had he given her hope, then crushed it with his own bare hands? Yumi let out a laugh, losing all hope for good. She had still been too innocent in the end. How dare she even think that she would be able to get what she wanted? What a joke. She was never good enough to be a clan leader, nor was she strong enough. But it was all too late now. There was nothing she could do to fix this. The only way out for her now was to embrace her death with open arms to save the last of her pride. Just then, however, a ray of brilliantly colored light shot out from Wilbur and enveloped him completely. The chaos around him was blocked off completely. The Armistice God's gigantic hand hid the light, but the barrier of light did not move in the slightest. Instead, the hand bounced backward and was sent flying. The Siren God's sword hid the light as well. Not a sound could be heard. All of the energy was absorbed, and cracks began to appear on the sword. Roy's thunder struck the light and was quickly absorbed as if the attack had never even appeared in the first place. The shadow-level beings exchanged a look of shock with each other, before staring at Wilbur in disbelief. None of them could understand just what kind of terrifying energy Wilbur wielded. The cultivators and cherry gladiators' jaws fell open as they widened their eyes in shock, unable to believe the sight before them. This man was on another level. The crowd fell dead silent in confusion. She was greeted with the sight of Wilbur shrouded in a brilliant light, his expression calm as he wielded his thunder cleaver. The shadow-level experts, however, were shell-shocked. What just happened? Yumi could not make sense of the situation in time, standing shell-shocked as if she was frozen still. Just then, the light surrounding Wilbur faded. The dragon's safe haven's time was up. Wilbur looked around him. Your combined powers were impressive, but it's time you learn a thing or two about my domain. Remember, this is my first time using my domain in battle. You should be honored to be in its presence. It means I think your skills are to be reckoned with. Before we continue, thank you for everyone showing support by leaving likes and comments. I appreciate it a lot. Let's enjoy the story together as Wilbur unleashes his domain. Under the crowd's shocked glances, a terrifying wave of spirit pressure surged out of Wilbur's body and filled the air. Multiple runes appeared on Wilbur's body, forming a mysterious formation that swirled around him before entering his body. The thunder cleaver in Wilbur's hand, under the force of these powers, began to grow long and thin.